is everybody doing? I am doing well, guys. Just out here walking. Didn't schedule it. See how bright and pretty it is out here. Guys, we're supposed to have some rain, so I was just waiting and just took my time to come out here and walk. Hi, how are you? I'm out here just trying to soak up some of this fresh air. It feels good out here, y'all. Hi, Joshua. How are you doing? Hey, Cherry. Hey, Tamika Davis. How are you all doing? I am doing well. Please thumbs up the live as you come in the door. I appreciate it. Y'all, I didn't think I would be able to walk because it's been predicted that we will have rain, over 51% chance of rain. So I'm trying to get out here and get it in. I was kind of watching the weather as well as doing other things this morning. So it's bright and pretty right now, sunny, but we're supposed to get some rain. But I just thought I would get out here and try to get these steps in while I can. I see somebody at the pond. They must be putting food in for the fish feed, I'm assuming. Probably the caregiver of the grounds, caretaker of the grounds. I just want you to see the water out here. Hello, Valerie Humphrey. Welcome in. Just want you guys to see what it's looking like out here at the pond, the waterfall. And there is a person over there in the distance, I'm sure, putting feed in the pond for the fish. It's a beautiful day, beautiful sunshiny day. It's a little breezy, and I think it's about 60 degrees or so right now. Maybe a little more, could be a little less, but I just thought I would get out here and just do my thing. Do my thing this morning. Thank you so much, Joshua. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. You've got a beautiful day today, too. Tamika Davis, good morning. Welcome in. How are you doing? It's a little breezy out here. I see some walking with shorts on, but it's really not that kind of day for me. It's breezy. I have on a lightweight windbreaker. I thank you all for being here because I didn't announce it. Generally, I do come out around 8 in the morning, just depending on the weather. And that's Monday through Friday. I may do a pop-up sometimes on the weekend with walking or just doing other things, showing you other things. Trying to snap this jacket, y'all, because this wind is getting under this jacket. So just bear with me, and I'm gonna walk in just a second. Just a minute, just give me a second. Okay, I got it. Okay. Wellness with Fruga Mama, welcome in. How are you doing? Happy to see you. I'm always happy to see all of you. Yeah, there are about 2 persons out there putting something in that water. I'm thinking feed, but it may not be feed. I don't know what they're doing, really. Good morning. How are you this morning? It's we're supposed to get some rain. Yeah, so I'm trying to get these steps in before the rain starts. You have a great one. She's moving over with her dog. Good morning. Go down this way a little bit. See my little friend that I meet every morning walking. I just saw her come out. We got to get these steps in before that rain comes in because I imagine it's going to happen before the day is out. So just want to get a few steps in. I hope everybody's doing well this morning. Happy Friday to all of you. So happy to see you. Four Corners, welcome in. The Bud Files, welcome in. Okay, I know I'm gonna mess up your name. Nefiti. Let me just spell it. Excuse me. Let me just spell it. Nefititi. Welcome in. So happy to see you. Happy to see all of you. Thank you for being here. I don't know why this writing is on a black screen this morning. It's a little, the format is a little different. So if I miss you, please forgive me. But thank you all. Grand Rising, great morning. Happy to see you. Great evening, night, wherever you're signing off at. You're signing on from, I'm sorry. Wherever you're signing on from. Happy Friday. Ooh, it feels good out here. As long as I don't have the wind going under my shirt like it was. So, Four Corners, thank you so much. Thank you for the super. I appreciate it. Today is garbage pickup day. You see the cans on the side of the street. I feel good when I get out here walking. Walking really does me well. It's really helping me. And I think from what I've heard and read, swimming and walking are the best two exercises you can do. All exercise is good when you're moving your limbs, your joints, and all of that. Any movement is good. When I worked, our director was a tall, very tall, slim guy. Fit. Every morning before he came to the office, he would swim. He would go to the YMCA in town and he would swim every morning before he came to work. And he always seemed fit. I never heard of issues he had, health issues, and he was careful about his diet. But he swam every morning before coming to the office. And I guess, well, I know that was his exercise and his time for himself to get his day started. And he was always so fresh looking, uh, white shirts, suit. Sometimes it was strange though when he wasn't dressed, just casually dressed. He looked so different. Didn't look like the same person because he was always neat and clean, and I believe his health was good. Never heard anything about him being sick of all the years he was the director, because I had been there so long. He was not the director when I started. Had another director. He got sick and was no longer with us. So we had an interim director for a short while. And then we got this director who served there for, I know, over 25 years. And before I left, some years before I left, I was the most senior in years person in my department. And I knew my job. I did it, and I did it well. I served the people, and I served them well. That was important to me, very important to me, that I serve people with kindness and professionalism. And when I retired, I really didn't want a retirement party. You know, that did not matter to me. However, they did a send-off anyway, and it was very nice. I went on and accepted it, but I really, had stated that I didn't want one, but they gave me a very nice send-off. I enjoyed it. I invited people from outside of my department to come and celebrate. It was nice. Got many beautiful gifts, cards, money, accolades. The trustee board came before the party, and I got certificate and kind words spoken, because as I said, I was the most senior person there at the time I left, and years before I left. I was the most senior person there. So many had come and gone. So many had retired. So it was honorable, but I served the people, and I know a lot of times state and federal government get a bad rap or name that employees are lazy, don't do their jobs. And this is true in a lot of cases, but I know a lot of people that worked in that department worked very hard, very, very hard at whatever they were doing, because it was a department where a lot of things went on, a lot of different jobs, assignments, and all of that. Documents of all sort. Yes. Okay, let me see if I can. It's a little glare. See if I can. Tracy C. Positive Corner. Welcome in. Welcome in, Inspiration Mountain of Inspiration. So happy to see all of you. The comments are leaving, y'all. So I may have missed somebody, but I hope not. I may have missed some comments. Somebody is speaking to JC family. Hello, JC family. How are you doing? Sunshine to sunset with Rashonda. Thank you so much for being here, Rashonda. I think about you, Rashonda, and your health journey. Pray for you, for your healing and your well-being, Rashonda. You're a beautiful soul. Yes, y'all, I'm just out here trying to get these steps in. Okay, I've stopped to kind of look here. I see everybody speaking and interacting with everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you so, so much. Y'all don't forget to thumbs up and make comments after the live stream. Thank you for the videos that you watch and thumb up. And I ask that you thumb up on your way in because when you leave out, you might forget. That's why I try to thumb up as I go in to somebody's home so I won't forget. Because there have been times I had to go back and see if I thumbed up. Sometimes I'll thumb up and then not make a comment, and I will start to watch the video if I hadn't thumbed up. And I said, oh, I've already watched this. Then I'll have to thumb up and make comments. Try to give all of you full support. I may not come every day, may not comment on every video, every short, but I try to come in and do my best. Oh, thank you, Tracy, so much for the super chat. Thank you so much. Thanks to all of you. Kirby, how are you doing? I didn't see you come in, but I see somebody speaking to you. Trying to see Valerie Humphrey. I see Valerie speaking to you. Thank you. Thank you so much for coming in. Thanks for all of the supers. Thanks for, I'm waiting because this car is backing, the truck is backing up. The car is, happy Friday to you, Tracy C, Positive Corner. Thank you so much. Blessings to all of you. I think I'll just walk around because they're covering the sidewalk. So I'll just walk around. Gotta get these steps in. Tamika Davis, I think I've spoken to you, but anywho, I'm speaking to you again. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you so much. I'm trying to watch this chat as I walk along, but trying to get these steps in as well. Thanks to all of you coming in. If I've missed anybody, I apologize. Greetings to all of you. If I've missed calling you by name, I'm sorry. Never, never my intent to overlook anyone at any time. Either I can't see or the chat has moved up while I'm walking, and I miss you. Thanks for all of the memberships. Thanks for those who have gifted memberships. Annabelle TV, shout out to you. Always Tam Tam, shout out to you. And Good Eats Homestead, shout out to you for all of the three of you for gifting memberships. That is most appreciated. And congratulations to the ones who received them. Thank you so much. All of this helps my channel to grow, and I appreciate it. Thanks for every membership, all of you that joined my membership. I thank you so much. It helps with my channel. I put the money back into my channel and more added to it. I buy feed, as you all know. I feed the geese and the ducks. I use money for that. Equipment to make things better, to have better videos. And if I'm traveling to show you some things, I use money set aside for that. And I give back. I give back to other content creators and even non-content creators. If you stepped in my live on a day that I am going to give the first person who stepped in to the live, a $5 Cash App, and I will say $5 is not a lot, but I'll say like I'll say like Stacy on Hands in the Dirt, it's $5 more than you had or I had. So it's still good. $5 could buy you a little snack or something or whatever. I appreciate everything. I don't care if it's 50 cents. You don't have to give me anything. I don't care if you give me 40 cents. That's your money. You could give it to somebody else. You didn't have to give it to me. So I appreciate it. Y'all look at that sun, how bright it is. And we're probably going to get some rain sometime today. Yes, I don't care if you give me 50 cents or if you give me $500. I appreciate you because all of that, pennies make dollars. You get enough of them, you'll have $1. That's money. Yeah, that's $1 more than I had. So I'm grateful. We have to be grateful for little things, and we have to be good stewards over the small things, and God will make us rulers of greater things. So I'm grateful for what I have, for what I get from you guys or anyone. I'm grateful if you don't give me a dime, but you're watching my videos, you're in my lives, you're moderators, you're dropping links, you're doing all of these things. I can't watch the channel. You're getting these pornographic and these mean trolls out. You hide them. You get them out of the live with that foolishness. This means a lot. It's not always about how much money somebody can give, It's a lot more to it than just money. Like I was telling somebody the other day, I love to give, and I don't expect anything in return because I know I'm going to get mine from my Father. He knows what I do. He knows the heart and the intent in which I do it. So I don't have to worry. Let me stand here for a minute and take a little breather and look at the chair. And what you tell us the other day, don't tell us. That's right. When I give you some, don't tell. Oh, I used to be that person though. You didn't have to do it. Didn't know how to receive a gift because all good and perfect gifts come from God anyway. So God touched somebody's heart to give you something. Then I was that person. Oh, you didn't have to do it. I always wanted to be the giver, not the receiver. I always, because my mom, and some things we learn, we have to unlearn. My mom used to always say, don't let anybody do more for you than you do for them. Now I'm not saying that is such good counsel or advice. And so this was deeply rooted in me. Didn't want people to give me, but I wanted to be the giver all the time. And that's the way she is. That's the way she's been. She's a giver from the heart. She's a giver. She has given out of her own needs. She's a giver, not expecting anything in return. You don't expect anything in return. You don't expect the same thing as you give somebody else. But what I will say is, when somebody has been nice to me and good to me, I am going to be there for them. I'm going to check in on them, ask them how they're doing and stuff, because you can give and give and give to some folks, family and friends alike, but they never ask you at least how are you doing. Months and months and months pass. You don't hear from them, you know, but that is not the way to be. At least just a word means a lot to me. Just saying, how are you doing? I was thinking about you. If I give you $100, I gave it to you. You don't have to give $100 back to me if I gifted you that. But if I got trouble, if I got tragedy, if I got things happening in my family, losing a loved one, you could call me or you could send me a card. You don't have to give me money, but just a card will let me know you appreciate me as well, you know. But you have some people like that. Um, they're takers, they're receivers, but they're not going to give back. And I don't mean give back equally what you gave them. As I said, a phone call, a card, if you got troubles, how are you doing? That's the kind of giving back I'm talking about. I would be just as happy with that, but it doesn't always happen. I'm sure it doesn't happen with many of you, and it hasn't happened with me. It hasn't happened. I have told a few family members, oh, I haven't heard from you in a long time, but when you need me, you will call me. I'm just straightforward like that. What is a phone call? You don't owe me anything. When I give from my heart. You don't owe me anything. But if I got troubles and you know it, I expect for you to call me. I expect for you, I'm telling you, when I lost my husband, I had a lot of people that were outpouring love, a lot of people that were there for me, people that traveled with me to lay my husband's body to rest. And where he is, it's about an hour and a half, roughly, Just depending on traffic. Could be a little less. And people actually traveled with me to do that in their own personal vehicles. That meant a lot to me, a whole lot to me. And some of the people, I had been there for them. And it made me feel good that they were there for me in my time. It wasn't about money, it was their presence. And they spent money on gasoline to travel down that highway with me. So that things like that mean a lot to me. And I looked at some that I have been there for, have traveled when they had situations in their family, didn't even get a phone call. Nothing. Didn't even get a phone call to this day. Not even a phone call, not just a card. And I say, wow, wow. But it's a sad thing when you're only thinking of yourself. Y'all, I'm not looking at the comments right now. I'm just walking and talking to you all, just chit-chatting, just sharing some life experiences of mine. And I've got many, got many. But we learn. We learn from mistakes. We learn. If you have not been through a test, you don't have a testimony. If you have not experienced things in your life, wisdom comes from life's experiences. And you're supposed to have wisdom from life's experiences. You can try and teach people things, but if they don't experience it for themselves, they will not see it. And some of these children, you could almost try to do everything, I'll say, to put it in. I'm not going to use the word I started to use on here, but you can do whatever trying to get things in their head. They do not listen. They do not listen. We got a hard-headed son of ours. Y'all know I have 2 biological children, and my husband and I adopted 2 of our family's children, a niece and nephew. Raised them from infancy, took care of them and all of that. And we did fostering, kept foster children, took care of them, just nurtured them, there to speak into their lives. And I tell you, when I tell you that boy, it was a girl and a boy. It is a girl and a boy. They're grown. But that boy, he will be 22 this month. We talked to that boy. We talked to that boy. We talked to him. I tried to tell him, tried to impart knowledge in him so that my husband, he was hard-headed, wouldn't listen, would not listen. I had a vehicle that I gifted him. It's about in 2020, I think. 2020, 2021, one of them. I gifted that boy a whole nice vehicle, SUV. Had everything fixed on it before I gave it to him. And I had new tires put on it, gave it to him, paid for me to gift it to him. We went to the probate. all the money that had to be spent to change things over, license tag, everything. I paid for that and gifted him the car. When she said, how much did he pay for the car? I say, a gift. And that's the way it went down, a gift. I told that young man, I said, this is a good around town car. You can go to some little neighboring county places around our area, but don't try to take this car on a long distance. The car looked good. The car was in good shape because I took care of it. I took it to the dealership for years and years to have it worked on. I told him, keep a check on the oil in the car. You can take it to one of these places where they do these quick oil changes and checks and check your water and stuff like that. I told that boy, I said, when you go there, when they check your oil, have $3 or $4 in your pocket to give that person. When they check your tires, give them a couple dollars. Even if they say, oh, it's okay, give it to them anyway. He told me that he was doing it, and I was texting him and calling him. Did you have the oil check? I said, now this is an older car and it's warm. It's gonna use a little more oil. Be sure and have your oil check at least every 2 weeks. He told me he was doing it. One day, the car broke down, y'all. My daughter paid to have it towed to the dealership. This boy is young. He was working, but he did not have the money. One of my daughters had the car towed to the dealership. Not dealership, to an automotive service. They checked the car over, and the man said, neglect, it needs a motor. The oil was dry. Just sheer neglect, not responsible. So they wanted to charge a lot to put in a motor. So then my daughter had it towed to another shop. They couldn't give no word as to when the car would be fixed. So he was in need of the car, to get to work and stuff like this. Because when he didn't have a ride, my daughters were picking him up. I was picking him up, doing all these things for this boy. But I'm telling you, life will teach you but why go through something when somebody is telling you, giving you knowledge on what they know? Why would you want to go through something that somebody is telling you? See, so he wouldn't listen. Then my daughter had it towed from that place to another place. So then, after it had been with that place for about 2 weeks and they couldn't give any word on when it would be ready, somebody told us about another automotive. Now this is the third one. My daughter had it towed to that third automotive shop. Now she paying for all of this for him. So we went and met with the man. They checked it over. Sure enough, it needed a motor. So found out what the motor would cost. And I paid to have a motor put in the car. Rebuilt motor with a warranty of about a year. The car was doing fine. And then some other things transpired after that, just things on top of things because of him being hard-headed and not listening. But the long and the short of it is, he wouldn't listen and he ended up in that predicament. So I told him, if you allow this to happen again, or anything goes wrong, I'm not fixing anything else. I'm not, it's gonna be on you. It's your responsibility. I'm not doing it. I said, I thought you would be responsible because you needed a ride to work, and that's why I gifted this car. I said, but you didn't appreciate. See, he wasn't a good steward. That's what I'm getting at. If you're not a good steward over things, God is not going to make you a ruler over greater things. Hard-headed, disobedience do not pay off. So there it is. But he learned, and every time you try to tell him something, it's always somebody else's fault. But now he's admitting everything that he's going through now, everything that is happening, he is finally admitting it was his fault. And he's texting me, Mommy, I love you. He knows that I'm good to him. He knows that we raised him and took care of him. We didn't need anything. And he's not the worst person in the world. He's a giving person. You know, he would give gifts according to what he could afford and stuff. So he's not the worst person, but he's hard-headed, stubborn, not listening, disobedience. And that disobedience thing will get you in trouble. So I told him, I'm done with the car thing. Not fixing anything else, not doing anything else. You're on your own, because he all down in Florida with the car, in which the car did not break down in Florida. It was right here in our city, thank God. Didn't break down in Florida, but he had no business even then. Got reminders for tolls that he had to pay, you know, going across those bridges in Florida. That's how I knew he had been to Florida, because I opened it and saw. And so I got on to him about it. And he's showing me all these deep points about he wanted to travel. Boy, you ain't even able to travel. You don't have money to travel. But see, he put himself in that state of not having what he need, because he was not born with and not raised in a household where he had to fend for himself, and that his needs were not met. All of his needs were met. Food, clothing, extracurricular activities, participating in anything and everything at school he wanted to. So he was not deprived. And if he's living a certain kind of way now, that's because he wanted to, because he could have stayed at home. If he was willing to do halfway right, he could still be at home. But no, baby, y'all. So he will know from this experiences that he's experiencing now. He's learning. He is learning. It's hard out here. It's hard out here. And these streets don't love you. These people out here in these streets don't love you. Whatever they can get from you, that's all it is. If you don't have anything to give or to pay, they don't have time to be bothered with you. I tried to drill that in his head time and time again. His daddy tried to tell him time and time again. We tried to teach them. But I tell you, it's been a long, hard road. Now, the girl, she doesn't give any trouble. She went on, she finished high school, tried to get her to go to college. She was interested in physical therapy, but she didn't take that path. She went on in the military, and she's now living in Seattle, Washington. So she's doing well. She doesn't bother anybody about anything. She takes care of herself. She works. And she did her time that she was going to do in the military. She's in the reserve. So I'm proud of that. She's doing well. She's doing well. The boy has had some good jobs and stuff. And He's really good with people. He likes working in the restaurants and stuff. He gets tipped really well. And I told him you should, since you like doing that, you should go to culinary art school. And he said he's been thinking about it. So I don't know what he's going to do, y'all. But I do know. Thank you for dropping links. Frank G. I don't know who has come in. Hi, Nikki. How are you? Thank you for dropping links. Coach Mary Ma, thank you for coming in. I know I have missed a whole slew of comments and everything. Oh, I know I have. Hello, Pete. Scratching Pete, PA. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you all. I'm looking back over the chat. Yeah, um, that is reality check. Growing up, yes, Frank, yes. I've even, for motivational and inspirational, I sent him Coach Mary Ma's link so he could watch her because I know he will draw some sound motivation and inspiration. And he said he was watching her. So, you know, I've done everything. And when he's done, he knows how to call me, pray for me, mommy. And I will stop what I'm doing and I'll pray with him, pray for him. And I told him, you just can't run to God when you need him. You got to put in some time with him when everything is going well. We tried to teach him. That's all, that's all we could do. So prayerfully, he would get it together. Coach Miramar, I'm glad you're here. You're welcome. This is when a parent's job can get really difficult. Yes, we want to do for our children. We don't want to see them suffer. That's right, Nikki. Want to make life easier for them, but sometimes they make life difficult for themselves. You try to teach them, you try to tell them, and that's really all you can do is try and teach and tell them. And the rest is on them, especially when they are, he's a smart boy. He was really, really great in math. He won awards when he was in school in math. Of course, he has ADHD, but he has managed that really well. Um, I would, he was on medication for a while, and sometimes he wasn't taking it anyway. We would find the meds under the dining room table when he was much, much younger. Finally, he got off it himself. He said he didn't like the way it made him feel. So he got off it, and I went to uh, an herb store and got some natural focusing attention stuff, and he started taking that, and it worked. It worked pretty well for him. So, but he's a person that has to be moving, and I think that's why he likes working in restaurants and waiting tables and stuff like that because he's moving, moving, moving. And anybody that has any knowledge about ADHD, attention this attention dis deficit disorder, with hyperactivity, that's what it means. Not being able to just stay on task and sit and do one thing for too long, and that's the way he was. But since he's an adult, I think he manages it a lot better than when he was a child. So I tell you, I wasn't able to homeschool him because I was working full time. But a lot of times when they go to these schools, these people in these school systems are not willing to do, um, they could have a 504 plan, but IEPs and all of that. But a lot of times these educators are not willing to take the time to do um, what these children need So his last few years, I had him in a public school. Then we put him in a Catholic school, and from there we put him in another school that was geared toward people like him. I mean, it's an accredited school. It was a good school, and it was for people with challenges like that. Not that they're mentally ill or anything like that. It's a physiological disorder and deficiency. That's what it is. So, yes, and I know many of you understand that. ATE Primo Vlogs, how are you doing? Thank you for being here. Thank you so much. I can't see the chat. It's not going all the way up, and I know I've missed some things. But yeah, we have to help our families, help our friends, you know, help our associates and stuff. We have to do all of these things. We have to help each other. But we did all of that because he could have gotten frustrated and dropped out and stuff like that. We had to push, push, push. We had to push, push, push. But we pushed him on through. And the school that he was going to, the people understood they are knowledgeable and educated in the area of children with disabilities like that. And it was not a problem. Some days he didn't want to go to school. They would call the house. This was when he was in high school. They would call the house, and I would take him to school later, but it wasn't any pressure. Like if you're in a public school and blah, 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 this and that. And they had talked to him and told him he couldn't miss but X number of days, but knowing him and as stubborn as he was, he went above the days that they said he couldn't miss. And I just said, Lord have mercy. Couldn't do nothing but pray, but they still allowed him to be there in spite of him being disobedient. But I told him over and over, you reap what you sow because you know better. You're conscious, you know better, you're not dumb. I mean, it's not that you can't learn or whatever. You got this disability, but you know better. And when you know better, you have to do better. And we have to teach them. Some of these teachers are not patient enough. They just want that paycheck. Not all of them, Nikki. You're right. Not all of them, but too many of them. They want a paycheck and benefits, and they do not have the children's best interests at heart. You are absolutely correct. Absolutely correct. Hmm. Yeah, some students will cut class, and I didn't have that problem with him cutting classes and leaving school. He didn't. Once he got there, he stayed. But and when he was younger, he loved going to school. It was just when he started getting older, he started slacking. But we did everything we could to take him, to encourage him, to keep him there. And he graduated high school. And when he left the house, can I have my diploma? I said, no, because you will leave it, lay it around somewhere, won't know where it is. Then it may come a time you need it to show for something. I gave him a screenshot because he went to one job and he did have to have proof that he had finished high school. And so, and he's smart as he can be. He's smart. And so he said he can do math in his head better than I can. Yeah, honey. But I thank God he allowed and gave strength. Good morning. If it hadn't been for the Lord being on our side, where would we be? Where would we be? So I give all honor and glory to him. Yes. And I knew I never gave up. I never said or spoke, you're going to be a dropout. You're going to, couldn't speak that negative stuff. Couldn't have that in my mouth. I had to speak positivity and encouragement to him all the time, letting him know it's hard out here. You at least need to finish high school and you can do something else added to that, but you need to do this while you're young. I need to get you through this. And here it is. Sometimes he just didn't want to do work. He would have reports and stuff. Here it is. I'm sitting at the dining room table to keep him encouraged. If you come on and do this, I'll help you to do that. I'm telling you. And here I am, sitting up here, helping him because he was too lazy, helping him to do a report. And my older children say, even his sister said, why are you helping him? He just making a fool out of you. He can do that work. He's just lazy. He's lazy. Make him do it. And I would make him do a lot of it. But y'all, I would help him too. Try to keep him encouraged that way. You do this much, and I'll tell you what to do about this. I'll show you this. I'll do this. Lord have mercy. Oh boy. Too many kids are on the corner instead of in the schools. That's right. That is so true, Frank. Yes. But we have to push our children. We have to push our children. Because if we don't care, who will care about them? And you have, like Nikki said, a lot of the educators do care. A lot of them are very good educators. But a lot of them, they will tell you. I had one teacher to say, I treat every child the same. I don't make exceptions, da 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 da. I put them all in the classroom. Sometimes you can't do that with children with ADHD. They may have to take a test aside from other students because of distraction and stuff. I tried to tell that woman, how can you say, and you got a child with a there's 504 IEP plan, program, whatever, IEP. How can you say you're going to treat them the same as a regular student that does not have an IEP? It just, but that's where laziness come in and not caring, because everybody who is a teacher is not really a dedicated teacher. That's something you got to have in your heart. Just like healthcare, every nurse is not a nurse. I'm sorry. They finished the curriculum, they got the degrees, but some of them are snappy, nasty, people. Not all of them. Very good ones. Okay, Frank is saying. Y'all, my phone was ringing. I don't know if you could hear me or not. These life lessons, yes. Yeah, very important reminders. That's right, Coach Mary. Yeah, exactly, Tamika. Yes, a lot of the teachers would, but some of them wouldn't, Tamika. Like the one that said, I treat all my students the same. How can you do that when you have a child with IEP? How can you do that? And that's individual. educational plan. That it means individual. So how can you treat all of them to say, yes, you treat them all the same in terms of not making a difference in certain things, not just letting one person do everything or something like that, treating them all the same. But when it comes to education and the IEP, how can you, I tell you, I have battled, I have gone to the school. My husband and I have gone, we have had meetings, we have had, uh, you know, different questions and talks with these people. But I'm telling you what I know. I'm not telling you what somebody told me. I'm telling you, in this school system where I am, a lot of them would not do their jobs. And that's facts. That's facts, y'all. Trying to see these comments, y'all, because this sun is blind. Thanks for dropping the links. Leela Life My Way, I think it is. Thank you, Frank. Yeah, Leela Life My Way. Hi, Leela. How are you doing? Thank you for being here. Thank you, Frank and Nikki, for dropping links. Y'all, I can't see everything. Let's see. My son had special need when he was in his school before we decided to homeschool. Always pop up. Exactly. Oh, they hated to see me coming, Nikki. I have gone in classrooms and sat the whole period. I get permission from the office. I would just pop up and sit. Ooh, you could tell they did not want me there. The teachers did not want me there. They don't want you sitting in. If you're doing everything right and you know your job, it shouldn't be a problem. Just there for the money and the benefits, Coach Mary. You're right. Bring more value, yes. I didn't know I was going to talk about this today. It's just whatever way God leads me. When I'm taking these walks, I don't even know how I get started on some of this stuff. Thank you so much, Leela Life My Way. Thank you all for dropping links. That was great, Joshua. Great. Good job, Joshua. You did your work. And our son he's bright. And like I told you, he got 3 or 4 awards for math. He and his sister, they were very, very bright in math. Very bright. And he did his other work. He could do it. But with ADHD, I used to always have to I would give him the focus, attention, herbal kind of stuff before he gets started, because his attention span, especially when he was younger, he wasn't able to manage that. And I would give him that so he could focus on what he was doing. And that's what that's what he would do. But yeah, I used to pop up. A lot of times my husband and I would go to meetings together, but I would be the one to pop up a lot in the classroom. Yeah, that's what they do, Nikki. That's what a lot of them do. And sometimes before I would go in the classroom, I would just kind of stand back outside the door and kind of observe. If the door was closed, I would kind of observe what was going on. And yes, ma'am, you see a lot of that and then since we have these mobile phones, a lot of them, you could see them with their heads down on their phones, in recent time. So it's a mess. It is a mess. But if you don't have good leadership in the schools or in these boards, if you don't have good leadership, I know Leela Life My Way. I went to a really good herb store here, and I used to sell the herbs and was a sponsor, and it's called Nature's Sunshine Products. Look it up, Google it. I stand by that product because I have looked at the lab where they make it, and a lot of this stuff you can buy is not potent, it's not clean, but I stand by. They have sophisticated labs and stuff. They actually, I have a brochure, a book rather, that they sent me uh, when I was a partner, sponsor selling the herb. But I went on to do that so I could get discounts, and I would buy more than I was actually selling, but I didn't care. I needed the discounts because of the Nature Sunshine products are expensive, but they work. They work. And I was going to this shop, which I still do go, and I get herbs for myself, vitamins and different things. And because I just don't buy the stuff from Walmart and places like that. Not to mention, but I'm just being real, not just Walmart, but other places. I don't really buy from there. I go to this particular herb shop that I go to. And but you can order. I had started ordering a lot offline. Like I said, I was sponsoring and selling. I didn't sell too much of it. I bought more than I sold, but I just needed that discount. And so that's why I started doing it. But Google Nature's Sunshine products, and you will see. I think it has like a green symbol of trees or maybe something like that. But anyway, that's what I was getting, and it was called, I think, Focus Attention, and it was in a capsule. But that's what I used. I found some in the drawer the other day when I was cleaning, because a lot of times people have focusing problems. It might not necessarily be ADHD, but a lot of times people do have focusing problems. There's a lot that goes along with just focusing, being easily distracted, and some daydream, the ones that don't have the hyperactivity, and some got the hyperactivity where they can't keep still, they're fidgeting and all of that. So this is not a paid thing. I'm not telling you to use this product, but I'm just telling you this is what I use. So this is a disclaimer. I'm not telling anyone to use this product. It's not sponsored. I'm just sharing with you what worked for me and my son and what I used. Not telling anybody else to use this because it may not work for you. You have to search around, do your research. Leela Lifeway, do your research, and talk to the folks, herbalists and stuff like I did, and let them tell you about a product, whatever product you decide to use. If you go to an herb place, usually they will have people there, herbalists, that are knowledgeable and can tell you all about these products. So I always do my own research anyway on anything. Yeah. This has been a great time. Yes, you like the view, Nikki. Nikki, you see the sky is so well. It's a mixture of gray and blue. It's pretty out here. I'm just sitting on the bench, watching the water. It's a peaceful place. It's a place to collect your thoughts. Thank you, Coach Mira. I love this view. So pretty and peaceful. Yes, it is, Leela. It is so peaceful. It is. People are just walking and walking around the pond, walking pets. I don't walk around the far back of the pond, as I have told you guys before, because it's a lot of woody area over there. So I don't, people live over there. As you can see in the distance, there are houses in the distance over there. But when we were house hunting, there was a house over here that we looked at, but it was so close to the pond. And our boy was young at the time, and I didn't want to get young and wild, so I didn't want to be this close to the water because of him. Because even when he was little, he thought he could swim and he couldn't. So for that reason, I didn't want to be near the pond. It was a house on another street, not the ones you see on the backside, but some up the street here. It was a nice big one on the corner, but I said, we're not going to stay that close to the water. Thank you, Coach Mary, for being here. I am going to take a trip soon to Tuskegee and show you all some sites and buildings and stuff on the campus. I am going to go up there and take you along. I think that would be an interesting trip. Oh, I see one little duckling just flew in. And I do have a little feed, not a lot. I didn't bring a lot, but I had some left in the bag, just a little bit. I said if I see now the duck that was here yesterday that kept coming to me, uh, okay, that little one is wagging his tail. I don't know if he's coming this way or not, but I'm going to, he looked like he's coming this way. I'm gonna give him a little of this on the ground. The one I was really looking for today, I haven't seen. He kept coming to me yesterday and I didn't bring any feed out. Got a lot more feed, but I didn't bring but a little bit. Here he is, y'all. He's looking. I'm showing him this feed. Give him a little. Come on, come on. Oh, he's going away from me. He's so cute. This is the one, the green one. Put a little pile right here. Maybe he will come over here. I don't have but this little bit in this bag that I'm putting down. He's walking away, but that's a nice little pile. He'll find it once I'm gone. He will find it. Y'all excuse me for jumping you around here like I'm doing. Now, he saw where I put it. Now that I have walked way away, he's coming. He'll probably find it. Let's see, he's coming to, look like he's coming to it. Gonna see if he'll find it. I only had enough for one pile. If he comes a little closer, he'll find it. I left it over there for him. Let's see if I can zoom it up so you all can see him. Oh, there he is. He's coming over that way to where I put the pile. Let's see. Trying to see if he will find it. He's getting closer, pecking around. He's coming on. Did he see it? Oh, yes. Look at him, y'all. He found that little, I zoomed it up. Well, he's walking away from it. Hi. Maybe he will find it. Let's see. He's going to it. Go on over there and get that feed that I put down there. He's walking all around it. Goodness. Oh, well. Maybe he'll go to it. Maybe he'll keep pecking around until he finds it. Well, guys, did he go back in the water? Or, I don't see him. Well, if he doesn't get it, one of them will. Y'all, it looks like the rain is about to be getting ready to come in. Okay, it's been nice chatting with you guys, but that rain is about to get ready to come in. You can see it up here. It's getting cloudy. So I'm going to get ready and end the live. I'm sorry if I missed some of your... Yeah, it is nice, but we're expecting some rain though, JC family. We are expecting some rain. It's supposed to come. It's been a beautiful morning though. But anyway, y'all have a great, great weekend. Stay safe. Watch your surroundings wherever you may go or may be. Watch your surroundings. And I will come back on my regularly scheduled walks on Monday. And you know, it's always if the weather permits or if I don't have any obligations, I will come back. Normally, I come out Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. Central Time, 9 a.m. Eastern, and 6 a.m. Pacific. Hi, and I will see you guys then. I'll probably see you somewhere out here on these YouTube streets. I know Nikki at the Everyday Life of an OCD-ish Chick and Stacy Hands in the Dirt. I believe they have the chat coming up this weekend, and it will be on Hands in the Dirt channel this weekend, Hands in the Dirt. And I think it is 7 p.m. Eastern time. So Hands in the Dirt will probably be Stacy and Nikki, the Everyday Life of an OCD-ish Chick, or it may be Bougie Prepper as well. So, and I have started linking the channels. I was behind. I did April 4th and April 5th last night, and I got about 5 more days to link, and I'm going to try and get all of that done by this weekend. So hope to have all of you linked on the community page. So that way, if you missed somebody, you can go to my community page and click on the blue and get them that way. I'm sorry if I've missed speaking to somebody individually while I was walking, or even while the sun was shining brightly in my eyes. But greetings to all of you. Thank you all for being here. I know I probably missed some comments, but I will look at the comments after the live, once the live chat replay is uploaded. And if I missed something that you were asking me or something that needs to be addressed, I will respond to it or comment on it at a later time when I see you in the chat again. If you can't have a great day, don't mess up nobody. Yes, that is so true. That is so true. Nikki, don't go around messing up other folks' days if your day is not great. Let's make it a great day. It's always a great day, but let's make it an even greater day. So you all be blessed. Yes. Drop that link, Nikki. Nikki, drop that link. I'm going to give you time to drop the link for the chat. And y'all go on over and support. They have some awesome people, awesome creators over there talking about some good stuff, motivational, inspirational, educational, just calling me again. So I don't know if she dropped the link, but if she didn't, I will put it on my community page. Hands in the Dirt, the chat, 7 p.m. Saturday. Thank you, Nikki. Thank you. I'll give you all a second to get that. Thanks to all of you for being here. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, Nikki. Uh, Thank you, Coach Mary Ma. Everybody here that I've seen, thank you for being here. Thank you for coming, Miss Shirley O.G. Gardner. I appreciate you so much. Glad to see you. Everybody is always welcome here. You're always welcome to come in and chit chat with us. You have a great and blessed day, Tamika. And I'm going to have to go back and watch uh, Georgia Girls video because I think she said you were on there talking. I think it was Georgia Girl. But anyway, I will look and see. Thanks for dropping Miss Shirley's link, Nikki. Thank you so much. Love, hugs, and kisses to all. Yes, I'm going to go back and look at that one, Tamika. When I heard Georgia Girl talk about it yesterday, I said I was going back and look at it because I missed it. You know how we miss some lives and some videos. So I was glad she mentioned it so I can go back and look at it. Thank you so much. Many blessings to you and your child, your children, Tamika Davis. Much love to you all. Oh, you were in the chat. Okay. 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 Tamika, thank you so much for that. Thank you for all of your support, not being a content creator. Thank you, Valerie Humphrey. She was in the chat earlier. A lot of non-content creators. I may be missing some names, but thanks to all of you. Everybody matters here. I appreciate you all. And have a great weekend, everybody. And I will talk to you guys soon. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. And may the Lord makes his face to shine upon each and every one of you.